Hi everyone, Elliot here, and today I just wanted to go through a chest stretch or a pec stretch. So we're stretching out the muscles of the pec major, which is the main muscle that you see at the front of the chest, and the pec minor, which is a smaller muscle underneath the pec major, running from the front of the shoulder into the front of the rib cage. So these muscles can often get tight if you're doing a lot of pressing type movements, so things like bench press, push-ups, overhead press, that sort of thing. And the pec minor can often, when it is tight, it can often affect your overhead position. So if you do struggle to get into a good overhead position, often it is the pec minor that's pretty tight, preventing you from getting into a good position. But it also can get quite tight if you spend a lot of time in a forward shoulder position. So if you're a desk worker or drive a lot, often you can get quite tight through that pec minor, and it pulls the shoulders forward and affects that the position and the range of motion you can get through that shoulder. So we're going to go through a couple of stretches today that will help to loosen up those muscles and help the shoulders get into a better position. So I'm using a Doorframe. You can use any upright surface, so anything like a pergola post or a squat rack, anything where you can place your arm up against an upright pole or surface to help aid that stretch. So what I'm going to be doing is using my forearm, having my forearm against the upright part of this Doorframe. My elbow is about shoulder height and the elbow is at 90 degrees. So I am standing upright, so I'm not leaning forward. That puts more pressure through the shoulder. So I'm standing upright, and then I'll walk forward until I start to feel a bit of a pull or a stretch through the front of the chest. When I do start to feel that stretch through the chest, I'm turning the head and the shoulder the opposite way until I'm increasing that stretch. So I'm not forcing this position. The more we force that position, the more we're going to put more pressure through the front of the shoulder. And again, I'm not leaning into it. I'm just walking forward until I'm feeling a stretch through that chest. When you are in that position, once you feel the stretch, you can then play around with that arm position. So generally, the higher you lift up that arm, so the upper part of the arm, the more you are going to stretch out that pec minor muscle, so that smaller chest muscle. And the more you lower the arm, the more you're going to be stretching out the fibers of the pec major, so that larger chest muscle. If you are feeling pretty tight through the chest and shoulders, it's good to hold the stretch in a few different positions. So you might do 30 seconds with the arm at the elbow at shoulder height. Then you might do 30 seconds with your arm up about 45 degrees. And then you might go 30 seconds with that elbow sitting lower than the shoulder. Do these both sides. It will help to free up the shoulders. It'll help the shoulders sit into a better position, especially if you do notice that you're quite rounded through the shoulders and tight through the chest. They will help to bring that shoulder into a better position and free up the front of that shoulder and the chest. So that's a pec stretch, guys. Thanks for watching the video. I'll see you on the next one.